Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of AdMail. This is Adam Bergman, founder and CEO of IRA Financial. I'm here to help you find the answers to the most frequently asked questions from my clients about self-directed retirement accounts. If you want to learn more, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Just search IRA Financial. Hey everyone, Adam Bergman here, tax attorney and founder of IRA Financial, and welcome to another episode of AdMail. This episode will be discussing fees, IRA, 401k fees. Are they deductible? How do they work? What are you paying for? What do you get in the self-directed IRA and solo 401k world? So going to keep this podcast relatively short. I know everyone's kind of probably feeling a little bit tired and depressed now that 24 is here and the holiday season's over and back to reality, back to work. So I thought I'd do a short podcast to give you some tidbits of information that I think you'll enjoy. So without further ado, let's get started. First question is from Nick S. of Hampton, Virginia. Nick wants to know, are the annual fees for my solo 401k admin tax deductible? Nick, if you pay them out of a business that adopted the plan, then yeah, they're tax deductible. So if it's a few $100 to IRA Financial or a few $1,000 for a record keeper, or if you have a cash balance plan where the fees are a little more expensive, they're all tax deductible. They're business expenses as long as they're paid by the business. If you pay them out of the retirement plan, then Nick, they are not tax deductible. The money just comes out of the plan. They're not taxable to you as a distribution, but they're not tax deductible. Hence, I suggest paying, if you can, all 401k admin expenses, fees out of your business, since you can get a tax deduction for those costs. So thank you, Nick, for that really insightful question. This next question is from YouTube. This individual wants to know, can I pay my self-directed IRA quarterly fees from personal funds? If yes, can I claim a tax deduction? So before 2017, you were able to actually pay IRA funds out of personal funds and get an itemized tax deduction if you itemized. So if you did not take a standard deduction and you itemize, you can actually get an itemized deduction for the IRA fees. 2017, President Trump changed those rules, increased the standard deduction, reduced some of the itemized deductions. So you can no longer get a deduction for paying IRA expenses personally, but you can still do them, okay? Most people pay them out of the IRA. Some will pay them with a personal credit card. Either way, they're not tax deductible, but you can still pay for them personally, okay? But you cannot claim a tax deduction. Some people get confused and think it's a prohibited transaction to pay for IRA admin fees with personal funds. That's not true. In fact, before 2017, you were able to actually itemize and get a tax deduction for it. IRS is clear, code is clear that for admin expenses, you can use personal funds. That does not trigger a prohibited transaction. So thank you for the individual who submitted that question via YouTube. Third, final question is from Eric C. of Las Vegas, Nevada. Eric wants to know, maybe a stupid question. Eric, there's no stupid questions. But if my account is self-directed, why do I have to pay you any fees? So it's a good question. I'm happy Barry, my producer, put this in this episode. It's a good question. I get this quite a bit, even from friends and family, saying, hey, well, I do all the work, Adam. What are you charging us for? Well, we keep our fees very reasonable. For example, if you have $100,000, you're paying us $500. That's 0.5%. If you have a $200,000 account, it's about 0.25%. What do? Well, we have to take the responsibility of doing all the admin, all the record keeping, and all the IRS reporting with respect to your IRA. So we have responsibility. We're required by law as a state chartered trusted company to perform the necessary services as an IRA custodian, which includes filing 5498s, 1099Rs, filing SARS's. We have responsibilities that we must focus on. We have a compliance department. We also provide consulting services to our clients, whether it's for rollovers, distributions, contributions, RMD calculations, all that. And what we do is we offer a flat fee, because our goal is to give everyone, whether you have 50 grand or $50 million, the same great service. We don't want to give people better service if they have more money and less quality service if they have less money. It's not fair. right? It's a self-directed account. We're doing the same admin, whether you have 50K or 50 million. But I think one thing we do pretty unique is we charge flat fees. So there's actually no check fees, no wire fees. Your IRA account can have one real estate property or 15 properties. You pay the same fee. I was just talking to a client that's moving over their IRA. She has, I think, 3 properties and another custodian, and that custodian charges them like $400 a year for each property. We don't do that. Your IRA can have Bitcoin, gold, private equity, 15 properties. You're all going to pay the same flat fee, which we're very proud of. So we try to keep our fees low, Eric. Yeah, I wish they could be zero, but we got to stay in business. We have a team of 70 plus people. They're amazing family, and obviously they're not going to work for free, unfortunately. So we got to do what we can to take care of our team. They do amazing work, provide great service, highly trained, highly educated, and I think our clients appreciate. They get what they pay for. We hopefully provide extra value by not incurring wire fees, check fees, and no asset valuation fees, no transaction fees. So we think we're the most flexible, best deal for any self-directed IRA investor out there in the marketplace. And again, we do everything we can to keep our fees as low as possible. But unfortunately, we got to charge something because we wouldn't be able to do our job as a straight chartered trust company for free. It just couldn't work. So Eric, Nick, and the individual from YouTube, thank you so much for your question. Great episode. Again, I try to keep it short. It's just after New Year's, so probably have other stuff going on. But it's a weekly podcast that drops every Thursday. If you have questions, you can email them to info@IRA Financial, or you could just submit them on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X, LinkedIn. We have a really good presence. We post daily on all those platforms, always giving you updated topical information. So hopefully you appreciate that. Hopefully we're doing a great job. If you have questions, comments, let us know. We'd love to hear from all of you. I do have a really good queue of questions. So I have a lot of upcoming episodes I think you all are going to love for AdMail, but I always need more questions. So they're free. Submit them. You don't have to be a question. You can be anonymous. I just will use your first name, first initial, your last name. So no one's going to know who you are. The IRS is not going to know who you are. But I think we all can learn from each other. That's really the whole point of the podcast is sharing the knowledge, sharing the love, sharing the info, so we all can become better self-directed investors. That's it. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see everyone again next week. Ciao.